Hey everyone, Michael Greenwood here. So back with another video, and in this video, I'm gonna run through how you actually leverage other people's time. So obviously, this is very well talked about business topic, and yeah, it's one of those things that as entrepreneurs, it's just one of those kind of non-negotiables, really. As we get busy, we've only got so many hours in a day, and we've all got the same number of hours in a day as well. So yeah, if we're not leveraging other people's time, then we're just going to hit that capacity, aren't we? So I thought I'd make this video, just my thoughts and the way that I do it, basically, just in case you're looking up a video like this and you want to know how to leverage other people's time. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about building a team, and we're going to pay people to do some tasks for us, and these are going to be tasks that the team is good at doing, the individuals in the team are good at doing, and we might not be as good at doing, or we might be good at doing, but it's kind of no longer worth our time. So the first thing that we need to do is start to think about everything that we're doing. So do a time audit in the business, and if we're doing anything that is kind of not income generating and not high leverage, and something that we're not meant to be doing anymore, basically, something that doesn't need us and we can train somebody else to do, who can probably do it as well, if not better than us as well. And it usually, if you get somebody who is really good at doing it, you can usually find people who are better than we can usually find people who are better than us at doing things. And it's one of those fallacies, as like the business owners who stay small and stay solopreneurs if they don't want to. I mean, I'm not saying that staying small, if that's what you want to do, is anything wrong with that. Not at all. But if you want to grow, and you've got the mindset that you can do everything better than everybody, that's almost like narcissistic, really. So that's one of the things that holds people back, from growing a business. So my uh, my mindset is that I can find some, I can find people to do things better than me, like everything in the business as well. Marketing, sales, service delivery. I can find people to do everything better than me, basically. And I want to eventually get to a point where I just own the business. Yeah. And that's the entrepreneurial way, basically. So first step in doing this is, let's say you're on your own in the business, you've been doing absolutely everything. You'll have a range of different things that you're doing, and you want to identify like the lowest value tasks, the things that don't need your expertise, the things that you can train somebody else to do, things that are repetitive, the things that don't move the needle much. So you start to identify those tasks. You've got to do a time audit, which means writing down, say every 15 minutes, everything that you've done in that day for the next two to 4 weeks or something. Depends on the variety of what you do. It could be 2 weeks. Maybe you do the same thing again and again, so it's 1 week. So you've got to cover everything, though. So everything that you're doing in the business, from marketing to sales, service delivery, write that down, and then identify what you can get somebody to do first. Now, from what I've seen, the businesses that do well and grow and can scale are the ones where the business owner holds on to the marketing and sales as much as possible and doesn't try to outsource that, and hires people first off to do service delivery. Um, so that's usually the way of doing it. I've not seen many businesses, if any, do well and scale if they've kept doing the service delivery and tried to hire somebody to do the sales. I've not seen that really do well. There might be some exceptions, but we're talking about the rule itself rather than the exceptions. So examples of these kind of low value tasks that don't need your time, the repetitive, don't move the needle much, might be examples would be like admin work, uh, customer support, scheduling like diary and things like that, inbox management, so deleting emails that are no longer necessary, um, or even like tagging emails for me, for example, which is a time saver as well. Like finding data, to do lead outreach and stuff like that, outbound marketing, basic content creation, stuff like that. So and what's usually it's usually a good idea to hire somebody at least part time and get them committed to the role, and full time if you can, if you've got enough work. So like I hire a virtual assistant, a VA, contract to some kind of at least part time help, full time if you can. And then what happens is, let's say when you hire somebody, you're 80%, and you're going to use that remaining 20% to train that person, that VA, then you'll find that you'll be buying back your time. So you're buying back your time with money, basically. So you're using money and it's a very high leverage move, to do that, to buy your time back, and then you can spend that extra time that you've got, not just doing nothing. You've got to spend that time building the business, and then getting your next hire, and then executing on your business plan. So so yeah, delegating low value tasks, tasks that you should no longer be doing, that you will need to do in the early days, but if you keep doing them again and again, the repetitive, and you could have trained somebody else, that's not a good use of your time. It's a better use of your time developing the systems, which I'll come to next, the SOPs, the standard operating procedures, to train other people on doing these tasks. So the thing is, building SOPs is very, very important. You can't just dump tasks on people and expect magic results. You've got to actually document how to do things in repeatable steps, so you get consistent, repeatable results. And the way to do that is in SOPs. So you can use, I use Looms. So I'll use Loom to record my screen when I'm doing a task, and then that'll go to me, a team member, and then they will pick up on that task, and I will no longer do that task. And then you can write checklist instructions. I do it in Google Docs. You can use Notion as well. I've got them in some in Google Docs actually at this moment in time, and some in Notion, just moving everything over to Notion. So Google Docs, Notion. Notion is fantastic for knowledge management. And then that creates a turnkey, a plug and play system, so others can execute on tasks without having to ask you every 5 minutes. So your time is freed up for more working on the business strategic thinking. So that's building SOP, standard operating procedures, which is pretty much key. It's a non-negotiable for hiring a team, in my opinion. And then next, I would hire for outcomes, not for particular tasks. So this is where this is the start to talk about the company culture. So my team, they're very aware that the work that they're doing has a direct impact on the profitability of my company. So if the task isn't done on time, the customer's not going to be happy. So then it's going to feed back on the get some negative negative feedback and things like that. So and we don't want that. So it's how you manage people, it's how you lead people, and stuff like that. So for example, instead of you're not just hiring somebody if you're just hiring, say, a social media manager, you're not just hiring them to do social media. You're hiring them to hit certain KPIs, basically. So they might want to, I don't know, grow engagement by 30% in 90 days. So then they're incentivized to do something. They've got some KPIs to work on. So the work they're doing has a direct impact on the client. So it's getting everybody bought in, making the goal very clear, giving them the tools and the context, and then letting them figure out the how, basically. So that's the way that I do that. The thing is, letting them figure out the out. You've got this SOPs, but and you want to have a framework as well. But I would say if you're going to have like A players, you want in terms of your team, you want to give them get them to a point of autonomy. So it's like one of the basics of leadership and management. You get your team so they're autonomous. There might be something that comes in that has to be done in a certain way, so you can um, kind of move, kind of really be directive with some of the management styles. But when it comes to having really productive team members, like a team members, dream team members, you want to get them so they're really owning what they're doing. Now, when it comes to this mindset, what it's all about is thinking, look, what am I working on right now? This is where the time audit comes in. Um, is this the best use of my time, or should I be doing something else? Is this the best use of my time? Could I get somebody else to do it, and I could work on something else in the business, which is going to move the needle. It's going to be high leverage. It's going to be income producing. Because think about it this way: if you get a job in, let's say you're a web designer, you get a web design job in, and then you spend all day doing a web design job, but you could pay somebody, I don't know, a third of what your time is worth, or I don't know, a quarter of what your time is worth, or less. Then you need to get somebody to do that as long as you've got enough work coming in. And that's the other thing. A lot of business owners, they don't want to do that because they don't know when the work's going to dry up. But that's where my company comes in. We can help with lead generation, and that's what we do. So getting customers to a point where they've got consistent, repeatable marketing systems in place, where they've got a steady lead flow, which can be increased and scaled as they grow the business. So that's the business that I'm in, a digital marketing lead generation company. But yeah, the mindset really is I need to be the highest and best use of my time needs to be at all times, basically. And I can't kind of do tasks in the business just because I feel like it. I wouldn't go and edit a video. Now we've got a video editor because it's just not worth my time. I've got to be working on other things which are moving the needle in the business. So yeah, that's the thing. That's the gist of it when you're looking at delegating. And I'll just kind of reiterate that where I said kind of start of the video. Very important that we realise that if we've got that we can't do everything in the business, basically. There are other people who can do things better than us. It's like my video editor can edit videos a lot better than me, even though I'm a pretty good video editor, and but he can do it a lot better than me. So it's things like that. It's understanding that you can hire people to do things better than you, basically. So I hope you got something out of this video. And if you'd like, comment, share, subscribe, I really appreciate that. And I will see you next time.